Hello, my name is Annabelle and I help teachers to ditch the overwhelm, stop overthinking and avoid burnout. And I've been off for a little while, so I haven't been here doing any of my YouTube clips. But honestly, in my journey to having a fitter, healthier, happier in life, I had to set my boundaries and understand my working capacity. And in the last couple of weeks, I was journeying into a new area in order to serve teachers in a whole other way. And part of me had to let something go in order to be able to give in another direction and keep that harmony. Compassion, patience, and allowing yourself the ability to be consistent in what you do allows you to get to where you need to be. However, there are going to be times when your work capacity is full and we need to let something go. It's okay to take a break for a bit and come back to it. It's okay to do things a little bit slower and guide yourself through. But it's really important to remember that you have to gift yourself permission. So for myself, as I practice what I preach, I gave myself permission for a couple of weeks to bring my focus and attention to the 5-day free Discover Life Outside of Work challenge so that I could support teachers in a bigger way. And then I could come back here and gift you all the information and things that I had learned. So I wanted to go back and tell you a little bit more about my story, which I haven't really covered very much on this channel. So I thought I'd gift it to you today so you can kind of see my journey and where I've been to where I am now. So in terms of when it started, I was about 21 and I was hospitalized with dissociative seizures due to stage 5 burnout. I pushed my body so far that I just felt emotionally numb. I didn't cry, I didn't get scared. Instead, when bright lights occurred, or I had low blood sugars before lunch or dinner, or any perceived stress came into my environment, my body would simply break away from reality and shut down. For a person who loved to be in control, I was the most out of control I could have ever been. Every day I woke up heavy, not really sure what I was getting out of bed for anymore, and I eventually just lost my confidence in trusting myself. I struggled to make decisions, I was overthinking everything, but I just felt stuck and at war with myself every single day. It was so tiring. No one knew, of course. I still qualified with a first class degree because the guilt of not doing the work and falling behind, well, that wasn't going to happen. All I wanted was to feel normal, to actually feel happy rather than working all of the time and struggling to do even the basic things without it feeling heavy and an effort. When reaching out to medical professionals, they prescribed antidepressants, which I really didn't want to take, and a referral to therapy, which unfortunately made the seizures worse. I knew deep down that if I wanted to feel happier, I needed to understand my body. Surely feeling bad every day was not normal. Then one day I felt a seizure coming along, and instead of letting it happen, I reached out to my partner at the time and I just said, could you talk to me? Because I feel a seizure that is about to happen. In his usual way, he just made a joke and I started to laugh. My attention had gone away from the seizure that I'd previously been told to just let happen, and it just passed. I laughed, I felt safe, I felt grounded. I decided that I would listen to my body rather than fighting it, but I didn't know where to start. Until one day in a conference, a self-sabotage coach was advertising the opportunity to work with her. I did not really understand what it was about, but I knew I was getting in my own way. I began the coaching, and within 12 months, I was seizure-free. Yet, I still felt anxious, constantly in tears, like they wouldn't stop now. And my stomach just hurt. Anything I ate my stomach was in pain and cramps, and my skin was terrible. I was covered in acne, and I just honestly didn't know where to go. And then I thought, well, if it's stomach pain, maybe it's what I'm eating. So I reached out to a nutrition advisor and I followed her steps. Change was difficult for sure, but money was tight. And I wasn't really sure how to reach out to anyone. But then I also knew that the end of that investment were the steps that I needed. Maybe I could have just Googled it, but honestly, I was too exhausted and too tired to even try. Where was I going to start? I didn't have all that time or focus to be able to do that. I just needed someone to let me know the steps so I could follow them and I could feel better. 5 years on, and I've qualified in all disciplines so that I could help others to ditch the overwhelm, stop overthinking, and avoid burnout. I'm fitter, healthier, happier, and more confident than I could have ever imagined. I'm supporting others, teachers around the world, to prevent and recover from burnout. If you feel that I would be the right coach for you, if you want to feel happier, healthier, and more confident, just like I do, then please do feel free to click below and you'll see a link where you'll be able to reach out for me and let's get there together.